And it's time for this morning's press review with Nick Rushworth. You've been reading the French press, Nick. Hi. One headline for everybody, David Beckham.
Beckham Mania. Hello to you this Friday, Cyril. And a lovely story, no less. We've got Paris's turn in the Royal Tour. There you can see David Beckham is coming to Paris Saint-Germain, the football club here in the French capital. The headline there for Aujourd'hui en France, Paris s'offre un cadeau royal. So the club has bought itself a royal present. I couldn't work out whether that referred to sporting royalty as such, or whether it was to do with the fact that the owners of PSG are Qatari, and was there a royal link there. But certainly Beckham's lovely mug and his new hairdo will make a great ad for the side, and that is very much the Aujourd'hui en France's take this morning.
And that paper is looking at negotiations, not so much in the wings, but on the bench, so to speak.
Well, yeah, it points out that, in fact, this deal was wrapped up more or less at least 2 weeks ago. And then what we had this perhaps 24 hours ago, so Thursday, was 10 hours of crunch negotiations that amounted to an all-nighter for Beckham. And the task was basically to get him signed up as the man wearing that number 32 shirt, so that it would meet a UEFA deadline for clubs to register players for the UEFA Cup, of course. Now, Paris was the choice, despite offers from other clubs for Beckham. He flew back to the United Kingdom on a private jet and is expected here back in Paris next week.
You've also been reading L'Équipe, which is the main sports daily here in France.
Well, L'Équipe, of course, has got loads about this. Of course, it's plastered inside that paper. There you can see the front cover is un joli coup de show. So this is all about the showmanship, isn't it? So inside, it's asking, well, because it's a sports paper, of course, what about the football? So it does talk to football players around France, saying, well, yeah, we welcome it because it is really a challenge to play against such a star. Now, obviously, that paper's pointing out Beckham has not been playing at a high level since 2007, when he left Real Madrid to go to LA Galaxy.
And what about other stories, if there are any, this Friday in the French press?
Well, of course there are, Cyril. You know that perfectly well. And the top story is about unemployment and the closure of a Goodyear tie factory that's taking place in the north of France, in Amiens. And Libé is leading on this. It has, you can see Beckham at the bottom there. But its top story this Friday is Goodyear, the tyre marks have sort of marked a track through Holland as he lays on the floor there. Now, Goodyear has been in negotiations with unions about restructuring for 5 years. That's ended with a closure. Hundreds of jobs will go, and thousands,
up to 1,200 jobs.
Yeah, but up to 20,000 jobs are threatened in the region, so that's pretty incredible. Now, Libé, in its editorial there, you can see it's inside paid coverage, it's saying there, you can see the headline, un sac de pneus pour Hollande. So that would be a sack of tyres or a bag of tyres, which I translate as basically a real heavy burden for him. Now, Libé is arguing in its editorial, yes, Hollande in recent weeks has had some success. He's gained in stature with his intervention in Mali. He's also gained, according to Libé, in his tack on gay marriage. So the debate, it says, is going his way. But what is not working for him is this hardcore issue of jobs. That goes back to his pledge as he ran for office last year. And it says the number one fight, the number one battle for France has got to be the issue of jobs.
And the conservative daily Le Figaro comes down pretty hard on François Hollande over this.
It does, and its front page is targeting one union. So, of course, there are perhaps 3 or 4 key unions that are key players in France. We know that sometimes they don't always sing to the same song sheet, to say the least. Now, Le Figaro, on its front page and in its editorial, is targeting the CGT. It's saying that this hardline union has refused to negotiate en bloc throughout all these talks, and it is the problem. And it says that other unions are blaming the CGT for what's happened. Why didn't they go for voluntary redundancy? Why didn't they go for restructuring? And so that's that situation, of course, the predominant among some of the paper's more serious concerns today.